Let me ask you a tough question. Is your continuous improvement work carefully aimed at your biggest business goals, or just a bunch of good ideas scattered all over the place? A lot of owners and leaders fall into what I call random acts of improvement. Someone fixes a report here, someone tweaks a form there, a team runs a project in their corner. All of it is well intentioned. But at the end of the quarter, the big questions are still there. Did profit actually move? Did customer experience really improve? Are we any closer to our long-term vision? Today's video is about fixing that. We're going to talk about how to align continuous improvement with your business strategy so that every improvement you work on connects to your big rocks. Your team knows why they're improving what they're improving. And your CI efforts add up to real strategic progress, not just local fixes. Let's jump in. The problem: random acts of improvement. First, let's name the problem clearly. Random acts of improvement. You know this is happening when every department has its own pet projects. People are busy improving, but you can't see the impact on big goals. Teams optimize locally, making their own work easier, but the overall customer journey or P&L doesn't change much. You're still fighting the same big issues year after year. Examples: the warehouse optimizes picking routes, but stockouts and forecasting issues continue. Support cuts handle time, but customer satisfaction stays flat because the real issue is unclear expectations earlier in the journey. Finance automates reports, but leadership still doesn't get better decisions because the strategic questions are fuzzy. The result: everyone's working hard on something, but the business as a whole isn't moving where you want it to go. What's missing is a line of sight from your strategy to your improvement work. Principle: CI should serve strategy, not replace it. Here's the key principle: continuous improvement should serve your strategy, not replace it. CI is not your strategy. Strategy is the direction. Where are we going? Who are we for? How will we win? Continuous improvement is the engine. How do we learn faster? How do we get better week after week on the path we chose? If you don't have clear strategic direction, CI becomes a series of disconnected optimizations. You get better at things that might not matter. If you have strategy but no CI, you have big slides and big goals, but execution is slow, inconsistent, and full of friction. We want both: a clear, simple strategy that everyone understands, a CI system that aims its efforts directly at that strategy. So how do we do that in a small or mid-sized business without a ton of bureaucracy? That's what we'll walk through next. Step 1, clarify your true north and 3 to 5 strategic objectives. Step 1, clarify where you're actually trying to go. You don't need a 50-page strategic plan. You need a clear true north and a small set of strategic objectives. 1, define your true north, plain English. Ask yourself, what kind of business are we trying to become over the next 3 to 5 years? If we were wildly successful and proud of what we built, what would be true? Examples: we want to be the go-to partner for local service businesses who want predictable operations and growth. We want to be known for crazy, reliable delivery and white glove support in our niche. We want to build a lean, profitable company that can scale without burning people out. Write a short, plain language statement. That's your true north. 2, choose 3 to 5 strategic objectives for the next 12 to 18 months. These are the big priorities that define success for the near term. They might include profitability: improve net margin from X% to Y%. Growth: increase recurring revenue to Z per month. Customer: raise retention from A% to B% and improve satisfaction. Operations: cut lead time in half for our core service. People: develop leaders and reduce turnover in key roles. The key: they must be specific enough to recognize progress. You should be able to say yes or no at the end of the year. Did we achieve this? This becomes the target for your CI efforts. If an improvement doesn't support one of these, it's probably a distraction or at least a lower priority. Step 2, translate strategy into CI priorities and metrics. Now that you've got your strategic objectives, you translate them into improvement priorities and metrics. Think of this as building a bridge between we want to be more profitable and here's what we will improve in our processes this quarter. 1. For each objective, ask what must improve operationally. Example, strategic objective, improve net margin from 10% to 18%. Ask, where do we lose margin today? Pricing, discounts, rework and waste, supplier costs, inefficient process steps. Identify 2 to 3 high impact areas, reduce rework and scrap in our delivery process, improve utilization of our team, fewer idle gaps, fire drills. Another example, strategic objective, increase customer retention from 70% to 85%. Ask, why do customers leave now? At which point in the journey do they drop? What complaints or patterns show up before they churn? Translate into areas like improve onboarding clarity and first 30-day experience, shorten response time and resolution for support issues. 2. Define a few key metrics for each objective for margin, rework hours or cost, overtime hours, cost per unit or per job. For retention, monthly churn rate, number of customers reaching key milestones, complaint rate on critical issues. These become your CI scorecard at the strategic level. Now, when the team proposes improvements, you can ask, which objective does this support? Which metric will it help move? Is this a must-do now or a nice-to-have later? You're moving from random CI to strategic CI. Step 3. Pick a short list of CI projects that directly support strategy. Next step, choose a small number of focused CI projects that clearly support your strategic objectives. Think of these as your flagship improvements for the quarter or the year. 1. Create a simple CI project list. For each strategic objective, list potential improvement projects. Example, margin objective. Project 1. Reduce rework in our core service process by 50%. Project 2, shorten quote to cash cycle time from 30 days to 15 days. Project 3, improve scheduling to reduce idle time and overtime. Example, retention objective. Project 1, redesign onboarding so customers reach first value in 7 days. Project 2, implement a proactive check-in cadence for high-value clients. Project 3, standardize how we resolve the top 3 recurring issues. 2, prioritize ruthlessly. You can't do everything. Ask, which projects have the highest impact on our strategic metrics? Which are most feasible with our current capacity? Which address obvious chronic pain for customers or team? Pick 1 to 3 projects per quarter or 3 to 5 projects for the year. Staggered. Everything else goes into a backlog, not the trash. 3. Give each project a clear owner and target. For every chosen CI project, define owner, who is responsible for driving it. Scope, what process, customer segment, or product. Target, what metric, from what to what, by when. Support, what resources or leadership backing is available. Now your improvement work isn't random. You can point to each project and say, this one is for our margin goal. This one is for our retention goal. This one is for our growth goal. Step 4, make the alignment visible to your team. Last step, and it's a big one, make the alignment visible to your team. Your people should be able to see our vision and true north, our 3 to 5 strategic objectives, the key metrics, the CI projects we're running to support them. Here's one simple way to do it. At the top of a slide, whiteboard, or digital doc, write your true north statement. Below that, list your strategic objectives for the year. Under each objective, list the specific CI projects tied to it. Then in team meetings, you can say, this improvement we're talking about fits under this objective. This metric here is how we'll know we're making progress on that strategy. Over time, people stop seeing CI as just something the boss is into and start seeing it as how we move the company toward the future we've all agreed on. Challenge and call to action. Let's bring it all together. To stop random acts of improvement and align CI with your business strategy, you need to 1. Clarify your true north and 3 to 5 strategic objectives. Where are we going? What are our biggest priorities for the next 12-18 months? 2. Translate those objectives into CI priorities and metrics. For each objective, ask, what must improve operationally? Decide which metrics matter most. 3. Pick a short list of CI projects that clearly support those objectives. Focus on a few high-impact projects. Give each one an owner, a target, and a timeline. 4. Make the alignment visible. Show your team how their improvement work connects to the big goals. Use that view regularly in meetings and reviews. Here's your challenge. Over the next week, write down your true north in one sentence. Choose 3 to 5 strategic objectives for the next 12 months. Brainstorm potential CI projects under each, and then pick just 1 to 3 to actually start. At your next team meeting, share this picture. Show which CI projects you're focusing on and why. From there, every time someone proposes an improvement, you can ask, which strategic objective does this support? If it supports none, maybe it goes to the backlog. That's how you move from random acts of improvement to strategic continuous improvement that actually changes your business. If this was helpful, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what's one strategic objective you want your CI work to support this year. Thanks for watching, and keep building a business where every improvement step moves you closer to the future you actually want.